What is going on, Duff fathers and Duff mothers? It is Thursday, July 22nd. Yes, I'm doing a British accent. And welcome to the Duff and Up podcast. My name is Brendan Monroe. As always, we are joined by the one, the only Michael Adams. Mike, how are we doing this weekend?
Brendan, Timmy, ready to go? Ready to go. It is late at night when we're recording this. We've had long days, but boy, did we have quite a British Open, the Open. Colin Morikawa just came down and proved to many, to all, that he is a special kid. And I mean, I'm excited to talk about it as always. Golf, baby. We always talk about it being in a great spot right now. My game, I'm playing a bunch, just jumping out, jumping in, shooting shots, missing putts. So we're dived in. We're all in.
I'm so excited. I apologize to all of our listeners about that original British accent from me. It might have been the worst of all time, but that's okay. We're just going to roll with it.
The effort.
We're going to A for an effort.
Like all about the effort.
D plus C minus for execution.
It's all right. Your Australian accent is great. So it evens out. Yeah.
Well, only my Mark Leishman one. But anyways, if you just heard that man who wasn't supposed to talk yet, but it's okay because he hasn't been introduced. We also have, as always, the Irish Chooch himself, Chooch Golf, Timmy O'Reilly. Timmy, how are you doing this fine evening?
Hi, I'm good. Hey, did you guys so with the Schmoshmain and Shmup
Yeah, this is a Wednesday recording, so we've gotten everything around the clock. We're avid, just love all golf. So we're a little late to the punch here. We're busy dudes. I mean, we got busy schedules. We're trying to fit it in. We absolutely love this podcast grind. Thank you for anyone listening right now. Hope you're enjoying your day, having a hell of a day. But Timmy, you take it.
Right. To add for what Mike said, we don't get paid to do this. We just like to do it. The other podcasts, they get paid to do this. We just do it because we're having fun, and
they've probably been paid to golf before too, because they're friggin' probably lights out. But
that's true.
We're hacking. We're getting better. We're lowering that handicap bit by bit.
But tell me, you guys heard the beginning of the past weeks and the Schmoshmain Shmup Schmodcast, the beginning of it, that intro,
the open song. The open song's amazing.
I was gonna say we should do it, but
we're gonna get a copyright infringement, and guys, we only got 25 followers. I can't afford that fine.
We'll close this podcast. We'll close this podcast with that tune. I want people to stick around. No one's gonna. I mean, infringement and Benjamin. I mean, come on. We're just doing it. We're doing it. Put it to the end.
Put it try and do copyright infringement by Schmoppy might infringement.
And Benjamin infringement. Who gives a shit? Just put that song at the end of this podcast. Let the British Open, roll out to 2022 next year, St. Andrews 150th anniversary. Let's friggin' ride.
I'd be flattered if someone found this and took the time to
record it. Infringed it.
Be pumped. It would put us on the map.
I know, right? It'd be unbelievable. Unbelievable. But we do have to talk about, by far and away, the greatest tournament of all time, the Barbasol Championship. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, everyone. Although the Barbasol was impressive, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But anyways, the Open Championship. What an unbelievable 4 days. What an unbelievable last 2 days. And what an unbelievable thing that none of us, and I'm not just talking about, I think, the people on this podcast and not the people who were listening to this podcast. I don't think anyone in golf saw what was right in front of their eyes, and the fact that Colin Morikawa would come out as the champion of this tournament, and that Colin Morikawa would play the course exactly how it needed to play every 4 days, and it was set up exactly to his game. Colin Morikawa, what does he do well? It's the fairways. Check. What does Colin Morikawa do well? Paul Morikawa is probably at 24 years old, the best ball striker on tour. He might even be better than Henrik Stenson in the early to mid 2010s, which has been chronologically kind of seen as the best ball striker. No offense, Tiger, we love you, but Henrik Stenson during that time was considered the best ball striker of all time. Paul Morikawa is better than Henrik Stenson in the early to mid 2010s. Paul Morikawa, where he struggled his entire career, especially this year, has been the putting. Colin Morikawa in the last 2 rounds was lights out.
Lights out.
In the putting.
Struggle.
Those
All
putts
I
were
wanna
going
hear
in with some
from-
heat. Those putts were going in with some heat. If they missed, they would have been some testy comebackers. But he didn't miss one, man. He didn't miss one.
No,
All I
with
wanna
the
hear-
pin meter being at 10, those guys can give it a go, and I like that. I like that they're not dropping in, just trickling out. I like that they are slamming them home. They're dropping to the back of the cup. I do like that. I do like that a lot.
I just want to hear from you guys the fact that none of us even mentioned his name in our open preview podcast. How did we miss this?
Egg in our face. Egg in our
But I
face.
feel like it's not only us. I feel like it's literally the entire golf community. No one was talking about Colin Morikawa going into this.
I know Brandel Chambly picked him to win. He will say that. And-
Okay, Brandel. Okay, calm.
No, Justin Leonard gave him the credit because I watched too much Golf Channel. But no, I mean, he's only played in 8 majors. He's won 2. He's only missed the cut 4 times out of 52 career starts. He's won 5 times. I mean, he's won more than he's missed the cut. It's incredible. I mean, you don't want to do it, but you always talk about how many, and this guy is going to be there for a while, and it's cool to see. He's a great kid. You saw him when he took the mic and kind of it was so selfless, just putting the credit towards the fans, just giving everybody watching, kind of like I was watching. He said to all you guys watching, like, thank you. And I was like, man, like, not, I mean, a lot of people watch golf, but a lot of people don't. And I love it. And I want that reinforcement, right? That positive reinforcement that what I'm watching is for the good of me and people. Like I enjoy watching it. And he was like, thank you for watching. And this guy just won the British Open at 24 years old. And
Good correction there, Mikey. Good correction. Proud of you.
It's both. I mean, there's a Scottish Open, there's an Irish Open, there's a British Open, but the British Open is the Open. But hey, we'll see. But this guy, he wins, man. And he, in his post round presser, like when he was sitting down, he was like, I want to win more. He definitely was not content. You could tell that he's excited to get back out there.
You know what the most impressive part for me, so, and I have to admit this, I cannot tell a lie. I was 100% rooting for Jordan Spieth to make a comeback. 100%. Nothing against Colin Morikawa. Just Jordan has a special spot in my heart for sure.
Everyone's heart. Heart.
And he provides a special spark too. He's got that, whatever it is.
He does. Yep. So that is the thing. And Tim, I think you would agree, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, I would say Justin Thomas does not have that spark. Dustin Johnson may. No. Bryson has it, so people hate watch him. Brooks has it, so they can just see what Brooks will say about Bryson at the end of his press conference at the end of the round. Jordan Spieth, when Jordan Spieth is playing like he did this week, is the most entertaining person in golf. I'm not talking about divisiveness. I'm not talking like Bryson. I'm not talking about pure skill like probably Dustin and Justin are. Jordan Spieth, when he is on his game, is by far and away the most appealing part in golf.
Right. Aside from Tiger when he's playing.
Well, I mean, we're not, but
no, 100% agree. Just the way he does things when, and now that he's not struggling and not second guessing himself, he's figured some things out. He's back to where he's fun to watch. You 100% agree. So because I brought Jordan up, throughout the whole time, like I said, I was rooting for Jordan. And I wasn't rooting for Colin to fail. But just when Colin, he on 2 holes, there was one on like 16 and one on like 14, where he hit it to the right of the green, into the fescue, and he had to lie. I'm like, there's no way he can get this up and down. There's absolutely no way. Even when he struck it, both times he struck it onto the green, he had a little flop shot or whatever out of the fescue, which is, for those of you who did not watch it, the fescue was 1.5 feet tall at least, and he has to find that ball down there. He hits flop shots onto the green, and he wasn't putting it real close. So there was, yes, when he hits into the fescue, you're like, all right, here's Jordan's chance. He's gonna make a bogey, and then he hits a shot, and it's 10 feet away, 15 feet away, and you're like, oh, he's still got a chance. You still got Jordan. He's still got a chance for Morikawa to make a bogey, and then Colin Morikawa. The most impressive part for me is that those putts were just absolutely no doubters right in the center of the cup. It's like nothing phased him. And just to get up and down from that fescue, just to make par, is without a doubt my favorite part of watching Colin Morikawa. I mean, just very impressive the whole time.
It's the ball striking, man. It is it's so pure. At 24 years, imagine being 24 years old and everyone, like, it's not even a question that he is the best ball striker on tour. Like, it's insane. Like, I go back, so you talk about it, you go Henrik Stenson, probably like beforehand, like Henrik, like the last like true 100%, everyone says he's the best ball striker on tour. It's probably Henrik Stenson between 2011 and 2016. His best years, Colin did that in a year. That took Henrik Stenson 10 years on the European Tour and the PGA Tour to get to that level. I've never seen someone who's been so pure every time. And his swing is different too. His swing is a little bit like Matsuyama, where he has the slow back, a little bit like Sungjae, where it's the slow back, but he doesn't have the pause. He just goes right through it. And every time I feel like he flushes it every single time. I've never, even when he misses it, like I don't hear, like you guys can hear it when like Bryson misses a shot. Like you can hear it off his iron. You can hear it off his driver. You can hear like when someone else like hits a fat shot, hits it a little bit too thin. Every time I hear Colin Morikawa make contact, I'm just like, all right, he hit that flush.
Yep.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's so great about this tournament typically is those guys who hit it flush, not necessarily far, are guys that are going to be in it. I mean, you look at the leaderboard, obviously they all can crank it, but you don't like see Bryson's name up here, Dustin Johnson tied in 8th. Like you don't have you're giving guys with less distance a shot if they can control it. And that's what's cool about this event. I mean, Colin just was dialed in. He didn't hit driver off every tee. He's just trying to place the ball. He's on one, I forget which hole it was, but he did like a twirl where he's trying to hit a cutter, a little stinger low, like left to right shot as a righty. And he's like holding that shot off like he's trying to definitely not draw it. So it's placement golf, and he nailed it. He was going at every pen. You kind of heard him with his caddy. I think it was JJ. But he was giving a bunch of credit to his caddy. It was his like birthday, 39th or 49th birthday or something.
39th.
Classic, just stories up the yazoo. Just great stuff. And back to Spieth, he's so riveting. I mean, I don't know what hole it was, but I remember, you remember the camera click like in his backswing, like blocked it right, put it in a bunker shot on Sunday. It was like start of the back 9. It was like a huge momentum. Might have been 10. Like he was dialed in, and I mean he rolled some putts to keep the pressure on. He was one back at one point, but Morikawa just kept birdie and not birdie, but when he needed to make a birdie, he kept a 2-shot lead pretty much the whole back 9 on Sunday, just never folded. But there was Spieth had a great drive, middle of the fairway. Like I was watching, and Spieth kind of has a slower backswing now. Like he's kind of a little pausey. Like it's not boom, boom. It's a little slow when he kind of gets to the top, and he just kind of assesses. But you heard camera clicks, and he freaking heard them too. And he blocked this thing, and he was rattled. But Spieth wears everything on his sleeve. He lets you know exactly what he's thinking. He'll stare you down if you're the cameraman. He'll throw whatever, like he'll let his caddy know that he's just feeling some type of way, which is why you are engaged and why you follow him closer and why you really pull for the guy and can just relate to guys who he just friggin' he doesn't get on in regulation the green, like he one putts greens to just for the heroics. Obviously he's trying to get there in regulation, but he's just a guy who battles, like every hole is a battle and it's a different way to score par or birdie. But back to my point, he heard those clicks, he's rattled, he's pissed off. He obviously walks up to the bunker and I'm thinking like there's no way he gets up and down here for par, like this tournament's over. He gets out of the bunker, he puts it to like 6-7 feet and he makes the putt. Like he's just someone who can get his emotions going so hot, so quick, tempers flare. Like obviously he's very controlled and mature, gets to the next shot, nails it and makes the putt next hole. Like it's just so impressive. And I'm so excited to hear that he's back, see that he's back, but don't want to take anything away from Morikawa. Don't want to take anything away from him at all. Can't wait to see how he continues his career. And let's I don't know. Let's not have a Rory / JT / let's just keep.
Don't even put that evil in the atmosphere. Don't even put that evil in right now. Don't you dare.
Home. Colin, keep putting them home. Don't go on these dry spells like some of these guys who are prodigies, young studs, and can't just keep it going.
And with that, Mike, Jordan, I think we should have him mic'd up the entire round because
he basically is.
I know, because they
yells.
know it's good TV.
Yeah,
like when he had a shot, he had, I don't know, it was maybe in the first cut or some light fescue, and he had a shot that had to go over the bunker. So he's probably like 150 out or something like that. So obviously he can't put any spin on the ball. And him and Michael Greller, are kind of weighing things back and forth. And then so Jordan finally picks his club, gets ready, he hits the ball, and it's going to be a good shot because Jordan turns to Michael and he goes, "Oh, you're going to like that one, Michael," as the ball's in the air. And I was like, yes, because I was like, oh, is this where he's going to waver? Is this where it's going to be? Is this the crash? Is this whatever? Nope, absolutely not. He let us know that it was going to be a good shot while it's in the air. And I got amped before the ball even hit the green. It was great. He's got to be mic'd up. We got to put a mic on him.
Morikawa, I thought Morikawa got lucky in spots sometimes. Like, I mean, we can talk about the course and how there was no wind and how the bunkers really didn't play much of an impact down the stretch, maybe due to a lack of wind, probably, but a British Open, I know there's 10 courses that they rotate between, and I'm so pumped for next year at St. Andrews. But like you think these bunkers sometimes come into play, and I think that's because we got like 4 pristine days in terms of weather, and it was like record high temperatures over there, like never happens, no wind. So the bunk, like when you did see players get in bunkers, like you literally saw Shane Lowry pinned up on the edge of a pot bunker, and he had to chip it 4 feet left into the middle of the same pot bunker to get out. Yep. Which you did not see that in you saw Morikawa, I forget what hole it was, but it was like 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there where his ball like skirts left past the first one and like stops in the middle between like the second one, and there's only really 15, 20 yards of green grass to stay up on. And I thought when he pulled it left on another hole, he had a fluffy up lie, like nice, like can just chip it up and make the putt. Like he lucked out and he knew where to miss. And I mean, Brendan, I know you beat it to death, but his iron play, he's going at all these pins and it's spectacular.
Oh man. And I love listening to, obviously I love listening to Jim Nantz and Nick Faldo, but sometimes, Dan Hicks this week was great. Oh my God, I forget the color commentator's name. And he's such a famous golfer, and he won the British Open, and he won the Open. And I just can't even think of his name, who was the play-by-play guy. I mean, sorry, the color commentator throughout the week. Oh my goodness gracious, this is going to go. I'm going to have to look it up in a second. But anyways, he's basically saying, he's telling Dan Hicks, he's just like, hey, what happened here is like, he's getting the luck of the roll because like what you just said, Michael, like there are some times, especially in the Open, where you can hit the perfect shot and it's just going to take one bad bounce, or the wind is just going to decide to kick up in the middle of nowhere and it's going to take it right into those pop bunkers, and then you're screwed. But I just feel like every single hole on Sunday, Colin Morikawa would put it exactly where he needed to, and then he would get the exact bounce that he needed to as well.
Steve Sands, Terry Gannon, either one of those.
Nope.
Brendan, no. Justin Leonard, Paul Azinger, not Paul Azinger.
Paul Azinger. Yep, Paul Azinger. That's on me. Sorry, Zing. Oh my God.
He's a clown.
I love listening to Paul. Like, I love Fal. Obviously, like, you can't not love Faldo except when he's like talking shit about Phil.
You're a Zinger guy, huh? You're a Zinger guy.
I mean, I obviously like Nance and Faldo are number one, but like Dan Hicks and Paul Azinger, man, they put on a great show. Like, Azinger knows what he's talking about. He's been there, crushes it, especially with the Open since he won it. Like, he knows. I like Justin Leonard and with Brandel Chambly, because I think sometimes Chambly goes a little bit too far, and like Justin Leonard is like, all right, dude, like, let's pull it back a little bit there, big guy.
I think they're good for one another. But
I think they're great for one another, but I do like
great insight.
I like Hicks and Zing on the call. I was a little surprised that Nansen.
We don't need to be talking
on the call at all.
That much on this.
What was that?
We don't need to be talking about Paul Azinger much on this podcast.
Okay, I guess not. I love Paul Azinger, but yeah, sure. But he was right in that situation, and he also mentioned just like during the tournament that like I think now we're just so used to Jordan and going back to like him in second place. Jordan didn't lose the tournament, which is what usually happens on Sunday. Like, he's usually in contention, then all of a sudden you look up and he's like tied for 25th, and you're like, what just happened? Spieth has been that, and like, I do think this is a turning corner, because we have not seen him play this well in a last day of a major, I think, since the 2017 Open when he won. Like, I think this is seriously like a turning event for him, where it's like I think in other cases he's lost tournaments. I think in this one Morikawa won and Spieth did his best to try and get there, but it just wasn't like his day on that side, if you guys know what I mean.
No, the quote from Jordan Spieth, he said, I played as well as I could have to win this tournament. Colin just played better. He said, I played at a level where I could have won this tournament. Just Colin played better. And speaking of that, and you're absolutely right, Jordan is back. How about our man Louis Oosthuizen? My guy. I mean, so
at least he didn't finish second this time. At least he finished third.
Louis is like there. He is there to play as consistent as, I don't know, paying your taxes. He is as consistent as they come, but he doesn't go out and get it. He either waits for someone to crash and someone like Jordan and Colin this week. Colin came and he got it. He brought the lead and he kept it. Louis just stayed the same thing. I mean, he didn't
all year. He just doesn't go out and get it. He doesn't. Everybody else plays better around him.
No.
And he misses shots, and he, and they were talking about this on other podcasts. Like, he hasn't won in the States, right?
No,
like,
he's never won a PGA.
US.
He's won one PGA Tour event, and it's the Open Championship.
Someone made a great point. I like giving credit when credit's due, but this guy
needs to say schmosh man shmup if you want.
I think it was the guys on Shotgun Start. I think it was Andy on Shotgun Start. But he's got to put himself in contention more, like in events that don't mean as much. Like, the first time this guy faces like the most pressure you'll ever face in golf is in a major. Like, he doesn't go out and like, I bet he just goes to these tournaments like that aren't majors, kind of like Brooksy, like just goes and plays and doesn't give that much of a, I mean, obviously he wants to win, but he's like, Like, focus the whole fucking time, like, and try and make a birdie on every fucking hole, Louis, because you probably
Right.
can. You probably can, and if you do it more just on Sundays that are Travelers Championships or 3M Opens, whatever.
This week,
like,
he's in the field.
you're gonna start to feel things that now prepare you to feel for things later, like experience. They all talk about the experience. Like, you need experience. You can't have experience just by snapping your fingers. Like, you need to have been there. Like, he doesn't win ever, and how can we expect him to win the majors?
The U.S. Open with Jon Rahm was the perfect example. Louis Oosthuizen was in the lead. Jon Rahm went out and played. Obviously, he was groups ahead. Played it. We talked about this right after the review. I mean, it's a perfect example. Jon Rahm goes out, just absolutely dominates the last 2 holes, gets 2 birdies, puts himself 2 up or whatever, 1 up. Louis has like 4 holes left. He knows exactly what he has to do, and he just didn't do it.
Yeah, he
loses, and he made that bogey and everything like that. Like, it's not like he just made par. He even bogeyed, but he's got to make some birdies. He's got to go out and grab that brass ring. And you're right. He would. I don't know what he has to do. Or you're right, Mike. Just try to make a birdie every time. I don't know what. There's something that's not in his head. Maybe he's not that competitive or something like. And we don't know. I mean, maybe he's a groupie guy, but
right. Right. No, he's 38, and I'm talking like he's never won. He won the Open in 2010, so 10 years ago. He's now 38.
At St. Andrews.
At St. Andrews, was it?
Money.
Wow. Huh.
Money for next year. Picking him immediately.
Yeah. Top 5 guaranteed.
Top 2. Top 2.
No, I mean, and we're being tough. Like, go birdie every hole. Obviously, like, Morikawa wasn't playing the Open this weekend trying to birdie every hole. He was trying to get around the golf course and pick it apart in a responsible way. But you know what we're talking about. Like, this guy is there, and like, even in tournaments where, what was it, the team event where he's partnered with
the Zurich Classic when he was with Schwartzel. Schwartzel. Him and Schwartzel together.
He has the tee shot on 18 when I think they're up 1 or tied. I don't know, but he just blocks it right into the water, exactly where you can't put it. It's
playoff hole, even worse.
Yeah. And I will jump back to Jordan. Real quick, as Spieth is just his finish on Saturday, where he missed a footer. He missed the tournament. He missed a 1-foot putt on 18 on Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're out there playing golf and you have 1-footers, play it out and miss it, and then play the next one out, because that's how you get better at putting that ball in the hole. That's the name of the game. And Jordan Spieth, one of the best putters. I think he was on the green on 17 on Saturday, 3-putt. I think he was on the green on 18 on Saturday, puts his first putt to a foot and misses the second one, loses the tournament by 2. But the biggest thing there was, he was talking after the round, is if he went par there, he's now in the final group. Morikawa is now in the second to last group, and now you can kind of control your own destiny being in that final group. So that finish on Saturday from Spieth was important, obviously.
Killer.
Absolute
and he knew it. You could see it right on it. Yeah, it's awesome watching the camera one time panned to him right after he missed a putt on Sunday. Like, what he lets out of his body when he misses these putts is just, it's great television.
It's nice to see that, because one day he's not going to like explode, like maybe one day Louis is going to absolutely demolish or have some sort of emotional explosion because he doesn't show emotion. And like, he's just keeping it all bent up and cooped up inside, how they say, whether, speak your mind or whatever, Louis has got it. He's got all his emotions bundled up. He could miss a putt on the final day that could have won him the tournament, and he'll be like, all right, well, let's go on. But Jordan will let you know exactly how he feels. He will never explode. He is can stay around for as long as we can, maybe 10, 15, 20 years, hopefully 30 years, because he lets out his emotion. He is not gaining years on his life due to stress, because he lets you know exactly how it feels. He lets out his emotion, and the camera guys know it. They eat it up, just like you said, Mike. They eat it up.
I think I think that helps too when you let out those gasps and those grunts. I think you've heard Brooks Koepka say that when he was young, like I think it was his dad would let him like swear for like 5 seconds, like just hit a bad shot, like you go on this little tantrum, like just for like get it out, and then after 5-10 seconds is up, like all right, next shot. Like you need you need to release some energy in order to just clear the mind and get ready for what comes next, and bottling that up. I don't know. I do feel, does Louis get a little red? Does Louis get a little red when he doesn't play well? Like I feel like he blushes a little bit. I feel like
like his tea is boiling, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like he's just I just don't think he can handle pressure. But
yeah, that very
I
well
think
could be true.
I think the biggest run of the day, obviously besides Morikawa like overtaking Louis and then winning the tournament, Jon Rahm coming out of nowhere. You want to talk about emotion? I'm sorry, man. I can't.
Exactly.
I can't not root for Jon Rahm, man. I love it.
I'm coming around. Trust me, I'm around. I'm coming around.
Mikey was, for those who are just listening for the first time, Mike was not like a Jon Rahm hate. Actually, Tim, you may be able to confirm this. Mike may have been a Jon Rahm hater.
Never rooted for him, but thought he was a little tightly wound. And
I mean, he is. And there's no doubt about that.
I have other guys that I root for, and again, we got another guy coming on strong, probably arguably the best player in the world. And again, he's threatening to my Spieths and my Tigers, and he doesn't do it the way that I've always like kind of seen Tiger do it, or Rory or Spieth. Like it just a little different, but nothing wrong with it. And I'm definitely coming around. I respect the hell out of the guy. And that 18, that round on Sunday was very reminiscent of the U.S. Open at Torrey Pines, where he's the third to last group or whatever it is, and he's just making a string of birdies down the stretch, and he puts a good number in there. And Morikawa was Morikawa, just stud.
The guy just lived for the back door. He loves the back door. I mean, he's almost like Rory does that too.
Yeah, Rory did. In prime Rory days, Rory was a huge come from behind guy. I will agree with that.
Is Brooksy now a from behind guy?
No, because a lot of times Brooksy will be in the lead. Like
it was just the Open. He just put a good score up there on Sunday to make it.
He did. We will get into the top 10 in a bit. I just think for Jon Rahm, like people forget, Jon Rahm's only 26 years old.
Yeah.
Jon Rahm turned pro in 2016 at the age of 21, and I feel like he's just been a constant, like a legitimate constant within, like he is the number one player in the world right now as of July 18th. Just an absolute monster at 26 years old. Like I mean, I don't see how he doesn't. Again, we look at the Rorys and we look at the JTs and we look at like these guys who have a very extended kind of career. And even Tiger did. Like Tiger didn't win a major from 2008 to 2019. Like that's just a fact. I think John's probably going to win maybe one next year. I think now that he's broken through, I think if he gets two, he could go on a little bit of a run as well, because he's always there. I know you are not the biggest fan, Mike, of his sometimes enthusiasm and sometimes not enthusiasm, but he's a great guy to watch, man. And I just love watching him.
No, he's gotten better with those emotions. The reason why I like him, you asked me 2 years ago if I like Jon Rahm, probably not. But the reason why I like him now is because he's, I like him now as a person. I like his character development. I like his player development, and who he has become now. In the past 2 years, I mean, in 2 years for someone to grow that much, and I mean, obviously I don't know him personally, but it seems like he really has had some personal and game growth in his life, and I respect the hell out of him for it. And now he's just really good. One question for you guys: out of three, Jon Rahm, Jordan Spieth, or Colin Morikawa? Who's got the next major? Who wins it?
Can't say
next-
Louis because he's going to be in second.
No, out of those three, John
Is the
Rahm.
next one the
Masters, Jordan
comes back?
Spieth. Jordan Spieth. If you got to choose between those three, the Masters always goes to Jordan Spieth.
Yeah. Like,
Colin got. I think
ask me
Colin.
that. Ask me that question next January, February, March. Give me.
I'll ask you April 8th.
Yeah, I'll go Spieth.
I hope you're right, for sure. I think. All right, and then who? I mean, are we too early to start talking about FedEx Cup playoffs too? Make some predictions. Who we like. Obviously, it all comes down because each event is worth more as they go on. Is there 2 or 3 now before the Tour Championship? It's 3, right?
2 before the Tour Championship.
2 before, right? Okay.
Yeah. So they
So,
cut it to 75. Then they have the Northern Trust, which now, unfortunately, they decide to keep that silly New York course in it. No one knows why. I don't know why PGA Tour. It should always be in Mansfield. Unbelievable course, TPC Boston. Unbelievable course. But they go in between. So they do the top 125 at the Northern Trust. That gets cut down. Then they do the BMW Championship with the top 75. That gets cut down to the top 30 for the Tour.
right. Okay.
Makes sense. It's done before Labor Day is the I think the Tour Championship's on Labor Day, or it might be the week before Labor Day.
Labor Day
But,
was always the Deutsche or the TPC Boston one.
Yep. And then they cut it. Then they severely cut it back, which honestly makes sense. Like, I get why CBS doesn't want to do it. Like, they don't want to go against football. Makes sense. Totally
For
agree
sure.
with them.
Hey, your guy, chugga, choo choo, Charlie Hoffman, 29th in the FedEx Cup standings. Top 30 make the Tour Championship.
Oh, he'll be there. He missed the cut this week.
Top
You heard
70
it here first.
Top 70 BMW. How many make it? 125. The Northern Trust?
125 make it to the FedEx Cup playoffs. Yep.
Ricky Fowler, 124. Hey, but back to the Open, the British. I mean, we got to talk about. I mean, we made a note about our guy Willie Z withdrawing, bad back. I mean, he holed out on Thursday from like, I don't know, 125. Couldn't tell you the yardage, but made an eagle, and you're like, man, Willie Z, we got a chance. And then the next thing I hear, he's WD, bad back. Did anybody see it? Did anybody see the incident? What happened?
Yeah. So he finished the round, but I think it was on the 16th. He just hit a ball just wrong, and it was
On Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Because
and he was just like, "Yep, can't do it." But he was -1 too. Like he was kind of rolling. He definitely would have made the cut. Like it was just a little surprising. Like I couldn't believe that he pulled out, but at the same time, it made sense. Like once you heard his reaction to it, like it made sense.
Go eat some McDonald's, Willie Z. I mean, put some meat on those bones so that we're not all bones when we're torquing that body around.
That's right. Yeah, you're absolutely. Zalator said the shot he tried to hit out of the thick grass on the 15th hole Thursday. 15th hole sent a tingle down his left leg. He said he had been advised not to risk any further damage. And who knows? Maybe if he had a couple cheeseburgers, Michael, maybe the outcome would have been different.
He's too young to be getting like sciatica or whatever nerve damage. Come on, man. Hopefully his body holds up. Hey, how about the big old Bob McIntyre? I mean, that guy.
Let's talk about him.
I mean, he had a bogey on 14. 14 was playing like 1,400 yards long. No, but it was like a 600-yard par 5, little less. But this guy puts, I mean, you saw the shot tracker on his tee shot. Now, this guy's a lefty. Brendan, if I was you, I'd be just all over this dude.
The Scottish Claymore, baby. He's an absolute monster. He's never missed a cut at a major championship. He has never missed a cut at a major. He has finished in the top 10 both times that he's played in the Open. He's on the list, man. He's going to be on the list for every single major coming up.
His tee shot on 14 on Sunday, that thing went left to right like you read. I mean, that thing was gone. See you later. I mean, way foul right field post, like way out of bounds. So he's got to read tee, stroking distance, put the ball down, drive it out there again. Nearly holes out from the fairway on his approach. So he's hitting 3 from the tee, he's hitting 4 from the fairway. Nearly holes out. I think it was like an unreal bogey, but just actually no, he didn't almost hole out from deep. I think he might have chipped up and holed out from the whatever. But just the bogey on 14 this guy made was incredible, incredible.
He's good. I mean,
but don't put it out of bounds there, dude. You're there. Don't put it OB.
I mean, the Scotch Claymore, he's an up and comer, dude. He is. He's gonna be a big guy.
Fratelli never had a chance. Never. Timmy, did you think Fratelli ever had a chance, Tim?
No, I mean I did. I mean it was nice to see his name up there just because he was the only reason I said it was nice he was up there is because he was such a good value, like on DraftKings.
Absolute boys with Jordan too. Both UT guys, buddies, absolute buddies. Even though Fratelli's like 4 years old, I didn't realize how old Fratelli was. Fratelli's 31. He's close to us. Wow, crazy. Yeah, I didn't think that. I thought he was 27, 28. I thought he was right around Jordan's age. Oh no.
You know why I don't like. I mean, this is nothing against Dylan Fratelli, but you know why I don't root for him to win is because I know he's not going to win a bunch, and I want someone who is going to win a bunch a lot, because obviously as a fan I want to see something great. I want to see a legend in the making, and Fratelli doesn't do that for me. He doesn't scream I'm going to be a legend or I'm going to be a 5-time major winner or something like that. Just like almost like when Danny Willett won the Masters, I'm like, okay, like that's
it's cool. Like when Webb Simpson won the US Open, you're just like, yeah,
it's going to be a one-hit wonder kind of thing. And I think Dylan Fratelli would be a one-hit wonder. And that is absolutely nothing, because if I was in the PGA Tour, I know I'd only win one major, something like,
well, I wouldn't win a major. I may make a cut one time.
But if I'm, if any one of us is given a shot to play in a major, we'd be a one-hit wonder if we were to win the major. You know what I mean? So I hate saying that because I want to support everyone who does do that, and who is the small guy. I'm always rooting for the small guy. But
Timmy,
what?
You almost won this weekend. You almost put it home.
Oh yeah,
Marcel C. What are we talking about here? You almost had that once in a lifetime.
So I did post an original. Oh, there's Thor's hammer. I did post an original one on TikTok. Thank you for the 20 likes. Timmy posts one, like 20,000. I was like, well done, bud. Well done. It is your account after all. But boy. You want to talk about a guy?
Did you get any followers after that? Because it put your name's in the bio.
No, but I got followers after a different one that I posted today. I posted a good amount this week about Louis collapsing, so that got me a couple. But yeah, I mean, Marcel Siem, unbelievable story. Challenge Tour, won a Challenge Tour event the week before in order to get into the Open Championship. For those that do not follow the European Tour, and if you don't, let's wake up on a Thursday morning and have some coffee golf, please. Ooh. Like that is one of my favorite things to do, is wake up, throw on 848. I mean, in Massachusetts, if it's another channel for you guys on the Golf Channel, some European Tour is great. I love it.
Sure.
I love watching it in the morning. It's wonderful. But you throw on some European Tour action. Marcel Siem basically won an event on the European Tour version of the Corn Ferry Tour in order to get into the Open Championship for this week. Goes out, finished tied for 15th. 1 point, was tied for 3rd. Unbelievable story. Just fist bumping left and right. Oh my God. Fantastic.
Hey, do we put Schauffele and Finau in the same can't finish group as Louis Oosthuizen? We'll never be able to finish. I mean, Louis got one, so. But
who was the other one? Schauffele and who?
Schauffele and Finau.
Leave Schauffele alone.
Oh,
he can't get it done. I mean, he shoots a 5 under 65 on Sunday to backdoor a top 30. I mean,
it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal.
It's not unreal. It's be more unreal than that, and be Morikawa unreal. because
No, but that's not Schauffele. Come on, you leave Xander alone. He's
That's
gonna
a-
get there one day. He's 27. Leave him alone.
I don't know. He might be one of the most overhyped players there ever was.
Sorry. Well, no, he's just overhyped by me.
he's over.
No, everyone. No, it's not just you.
Yeah.
They're always saying Xander Schauffele. Look for him to
They
be
pick
in
him
the,
to win, right?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Who's going to
like
win this week? Xander. I mean, he hasn't won yet. Why are we picking him?
We're actually gonna do this. Are we actually gonna do this? Are we actually gonna do this?
This is not an attack on you. I swear.
This is a
not
personal attack.
This is not.
Him and Rory, same category. Can't finish.
Xander finishes in the top 10 in majors more than he doesn't. Oh my goodness
He
gracious.
doesn't have that pizzazz.
He has
I don't
played
know.
in 18 major tournaments. He has finished in the top 10 9 times.
You
Come
saw it
on.
at the Masters. You saw it at the Masters, and you can kind of see it if you look at him in the moment, the pressure moment. He kind of looks like a guy who could be deer in headlights scared. He does.
Not taking this. Not taking it. Not even listening. Gonna shut my headphones off.
You saw those googly eyes at the Masters when he friggin' washed that ball at 16. I mean,
We don't talk about that.
he looked like he was going to do that from the
Washed
beginning.
it.
Marcus Armitage, one shot behind Rory. I mean, how does that work? But he's +1 for the weekend. Marcus Armitage, the bullet. He won the Porsche European Open in Germany a couple of weeks ago, and we were big Armitage fans.
We are still big Armitage fans. Another guy, Big John Thompson. I don't know if you guys saw that. Battled cancer as a young lad. Was able to beat it off. That sounded weird. Sorry. He was able to beat cancer.
That's
He is
awesome.
he
What a
is a
story.
6'9" human being.
Largest golfer ever, I believe.
One of, if not the, absolutely.
6'9", 300, 3 bills.
Oh, at least, dude. You can't be less than 3. Like, I feel like at 6'9", like, if you're less than 300 pounds, you are like an actual like shrimp. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is at that point where you're just like the skinniest human being in the world. Hole in one on 16 because he sunk that hole, made the cut.
Awesome.
Unreal story.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Other big names.
2011 Open winner at Royal St. George's. Darren Clark missed the cut +6.
You knew that was gonna happen though.
Nicholas Poppleton +8. Did someone pick Garrett Kago?
I did. You're
Yeah.
damn right. I picked him.
Kago
I love Garrett Kago, dude. Another lefty. I'm a big Garrett. His lefty swing is unreal.
How did Lefty do this week, Brendan?
Oh, horribly. We will get into Mickelson right now. Yeah. I mean, you go out and shoot 80 on the first day, and you just kind of know. There wasn't many thumbs up, wasn't many fist bumps after that. He was just kind of, he was just like, all right, well, I'm here. Finished up +12, missed the cut. Poor guy.
Too much wine Wednesday night, Philly, or what?
Leave him alone. Leave him
Goodness.
alone.
I'll bet you I could tell if Phil doesn't care about like any of this. He's going to tell you the same answer. It's okay. I won the PGA Championship.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
gonna
loving
say-
life. He's loving life right now. He doesn't care.
Oh, no cares whatsoever. Couple other big names. Mackenzie Hughes, T6. I'm telling you, man, he's like, I think right now we may be in the golden age of Canadian golfers because, like, let's be real. When we were growing up, it was Mike Weir, and Mike Weir, and Mike Weir, and that was it. There was really no one else. Like Graham DeLatte when he,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like once in a, you know what I mean? Like Graham
Yeah.
DeLatte once in a while. Kenzie Hughes tied for 6. Corey Connors, who I have deemed the next Louis Oosthuizen, just because of his amazing silky smooth swing.
Can't putt like Louis. Cannot putt like Louis.
No, he can't, which is bad. But like that swing, that's him and Louis together probably have the smoothest swing like of any golfer of all time. Like Vijay Singh esque smooth, which is hard to do. Corey Connors T15. I know Adam Hadwin, who was the flag bearer for a while, missed the cut, but I do think like I think Corey Connors is. See, here's the thing. Like, I want to say Corey Connors is the better of the two, but Mackenzie Hughes keeps finishing better in majors and keeps playing better kind of period. So I guess I got to go with Mackenzie Hughes, even though I like Corey Connors better. Golden age of Canadian golf right now, guys. We're going to see more Canadian guys coming on tour. Taylor Pendrith is on the Corn Ferry right now. He's going to be up next year. We're going to see a lot of guys coming through. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Corey Connors, another guy unable to close the deal.
You leave him alone. He won the Texas Open with an eagle on the 18th hole. You leave him alone.
Big tournaments.
Hashtag par fives on 18.
But I think he came out Sunday and put himself in a huge hole. And then he also was sitting on the lead at the U.S. Open, right?
PGA,
and he friggin'
Mackenzie Hughes was the one who blew the U.S. Open lead.
Canada, sorry. Don't mean to hate. I love the representation.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. Timmy, I did want to ask you, how'd you like the course? I don't know how well versed you are with the other 10 courses the Rota they rotate and
Yep. So for those who don't know, Tim is our resident course guy. Loves to analyze the courses, does a great job. There are 10. My personal opinion, better than I thought it was going to be. Professional opinion, Tim?
Yep. I was very surprised at how well these players and how well these players navigated around these pot bunkers, because I was trying to explain the difference in links courses to someone I know, and I was explaining to them the difference between bunkers in links courses and bunkers in America or any other course, because players from the middle of the fairway, they can hit from the fairway and still make it onto the green. It's not really a hazard. It's not really a penalty to hit it into a bunker, because you can still manage to get up and down for birdie from a fairway bunker or something like that. Whereas these pot bunkers, you have to actually, Mike kind of got to it a little bit, but you have to pitch out backwards or to the side or something like that, or just for 10 yards ahead. But I was very impressed with this course and how the wind did not play into their favor, and the golfers, like we said, really kind of tore it up. But the winner was only 915.
Yeah.
So that's not astronomical. With you add some wind to that could have easily been 9-8 under, something like that, easily. Was very impressed with. I did like I kind of got to it a little bit. I did like and this links golf is slow greens. It's not known for fast greens. It's known for fast fairways. It's known for trickling into the side. But I did like those stint meters of 10 on the greens, because I do like that slower pace of the ball. So you really have to hammer it to get it across the green, because the greens are so big. So it's completely different from playing on lightning fast greens in America or somewhere else, over the seas or something like that, in a non-link style course. So it definitely puts golfers out of their element, and it does, experience does play a big part of that. And so I like the different greens, especially in this course. I like that it was slow. I like that it doesn't compare to other courses. So I will give them that. I did like that. And I love the way it's so wide open that they can make these horseshoes around the entire, from halfway up the fairway to the green. And you can just have that finishing hole. That 18th hole was so cool. Cool.
And they didn't ruin the integrity of the hole by doing that. Like, you didn't see at I think it was the US Open, or no, it was the PGA on the 18th. Like, you saw players like pulling it way left on that 18th hole, because there were like just tents and things that would knock the ball down. And here, like, it was well out of the way. And again, American courses, you can bomb and gouge, and here you had to be really precise.
Did you
But
see
yeah,
what they did for the penalty? So if you they said they don't like that, what you were just talking about, Lau, you can hit the bleachers or go over the bleachers and you get a free drop to bring it back in. They made the drop area not in like a nice manicured area. They made that drop area right in fescue, the middle of fescue.
Good.
So
love
you
it.
had
Good.
it was great. I think more places should do that, making it very tall rough, just so the players don't have that option where they can use the backboard of the bleachers to stop their ball.
Which we have
Yeah.
seen a lot more in like
A lot more.
recent tournaments. I think, yeah. So from everyone talking about it, Royal St. George's is the most played like English course. It's been played 15 times at Royal St. George's. But it doesn't compare. It will never compare to
No.
St. Andrews, to Muirfield, to Carnoustie, to Troon. Even Royal, like even before this year, like people were like Royal Liverpool's a better course, and like Royal Liverpool's a better place to play it. I think Portrush is a better place, to be honest with you. But I was very pleasantly surprised with how good the tournament was this year at
Right.
Yeah.
Royal St. George. I think most people thought this was going to be like a down year for the Open, which kind of stinks. Like you go into it and they're like, not great. But I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. I thought the course played very well. I just wish a little bit more wind came up.
Yeah.
And when you're on like the southern coast of England, like it's not like the east coast or west coast of Scotland or the northern coast of Northern or the northern coast of Ireland. Like it's just not going to happen. Like you're just not going to get the same wind. But we'll get next year at St. Andrews. So I'm not too mad. But
I'd like to buy a ticket now.
I will say I loved the Open being back, them playing early mornings and just having that convenience of going out and playing some golf after you watch the end of the Open on Sunday, or just having early morning golf. It was nice. It's nice to not be having that compete with middle afternoons and dinner time, and it was awesome.
Totally agree. Did want to bring up one final point about the Open. Well, two final points. Nice little T6 for Brooks Koepka again, so another top 10 finish for him. And of course, his nemesis, his arch enemy, making an absolute fool out of himself on Thursday in his post-match interview. Michael, your thoughts on Bryson just flat out blatantly saying Cobra drivers suck?
Yeah, no. You listen to people who talk about golf and I feel like we're all decent human beings here, and he's not treating people well, that are around him, and it's evident, and it's a shame. And, he just doesn't get it. He's very much set in his ways, and I don't know if he'll ever come around and grow up. But to go on that rant saying my driver sucks, dude, it's the same driver you friggin' used to win the U.S. Open. Like, it didn't suck then. Like, take some ownership, dude. You're the one swinging the club. You're the one putting the shots out there. You're the one launching balls into crowds on purpose and not yelling four, and then saying you yell four 99% of the time when it's 99% of the time that you don't yell four because you don't get it. You got to grow up. You got to learn how to fit into a club of golfers and golf history. He just isn't making a good mark, and he's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. And when you hear Brooksy on Friday say that after round he was hitting his driver great, I would love my driver. I'm coming around on Brooksy. Like, Bryson is digging himself the biggest of graves and the biggest of just blemishes. He's not treating people well, and it's going to come back to bite him. And yeah, I got nothing else, Bryson. Wake the fuck up, grow the fuck up. We'll see you later.
He's got to play better. That's it. He's got to play better. I got an original equivalent of what it was like. You remember when you're playing video games as a kid, and you got that person who's losing, and they're like, they look at their controller like, oh, this controller's the worst.
Oh yeah,
No, it's not the controller.
it's you, dude. You're the controller.
Have you ever blamed your clubs for hitting a bad shot?
No.
Yes.
Did you ever blame it?
However, I am an amateur. I am a fake good golfer. Like, I am not even a good golfer. I am a above 10 handicap. I am not a PGA touring pro that has given Cobra the exact specifics of what you want this club to do, and given the exact scientific specifics because you are that much of a nerd. I'm not doing that. I am buying my M6 from TaylorMade and being like, all right, 10.5, let's do it. Like, let's just try and hit the center.
Club. Don't blame the club. I've two incidences in my golfing career. I've swung, I've hit the ball, and my club has broken. And I'm like, man, I must have done something wrong there. But like, literally, I'm like, I take Sergio like divots sometimes. So one time my 7-iron shaft just snapped. I'm like, damn, what did I do? You know, you're like
took a Sergio divot. That's what you did.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the way that he does it, the way that he go about it, the way that he just whines and is such a baby, it's so frustrating. And he doesn't get it. Like, does not get it. And who's going to want to be around him? Who's going to want to stay around him? Who's going to want to help him if he's just going to continue to this such a laborsome, just everything's so difficult, and it's not sucking the fun out of it. All those around him, I'm sure.
I don't know about you guys, but I think my favorite part of it was that Cobra clapped back, and Cobra clapped back pretty hard. They basically came out and said that it's like dealing with a child. Like, nothing's ever going to be good enough. Like, that's off to Cobra, man. I know people who are saying that Cobra should drop him. And then I know people saying, like, how dare Cobra, like, talk back to their best player. Like, listen, Cobra went in. They went in on two guys, and these were their guys. They went in on Bryson, and they went in on Ricky. And one of them has not panned out exactly how they thought he was going to pan out. So I guess they pretty much put all their eggs in one basket. And yeah, like, is it rough for Cobra? Yes, it is. But at the same time, when you get called out and the dude says your driver sucks, and basically it's your fault that when he mishits it, he even said in his line, they need to make the science, basically they need to make the driver better so that when he mishits it, it still goes okay. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, Bryson, man, that's not golf. When you mishit it, you mishit it.
And this guy makes so much money, which is just half the problem. Like, he makes so much money and takes it all for granted. And how much money does this company give him? Like, holy goodness. I mean, it's so frustrating.
I mean, as a company, when you're paying that person as much money as they do, and I don't know the endorsement deal, but you expect them to endorse your product. I mean, it's got to be in your contract, right?
Right.
Because, I mean, it doesn't have to be a glowing review, but just don't say anything bad about their product that they're paying you $1 million to use. I don't know. I can't understand Bryson. I don't want to try to pretend to, but yet we're still talking about him. Isn't that insane? I don't know. It's wild. He is front page news no matter what he does.
But it's like, but it's not a good, like, if I'm him, wouldn't you want to try and figure out a way to spin your image, to right your wrongs? He just does it in such a poor way. Like, even the whole caddy thing, when his caddy obviously quit and he's trying to get it out there that they mutually parted ways. Like, he has to go that extra mile to get the Golf Channel to put out this whole extra, when he could literally just tweet a picture of, like, thanks for everything, you know, and see you later, Timmy. Like, it's been real. it's unreal. Man, we're talking about him, and like he's a guy that I wanted to root for initially too, and he's a guy that I told the other day, like to somebody that I play golf with, like I love hitting my driver now. I'm so much more confident because of Bryson, because of a guy like him who just grips it and rips it and goes and finds it. But at the same time, everything before and after that stroke is just totally off with me.
It's hard to support someone on the course when you don't understand or don't agree with them off the course in a lot of ways.
100%.
I don't know.
It's tough,
It's
man.
like John Rahm now. Like I like him. I like him a lot more off the course, so it's so much easier to support him on the course. You know.
And
I agree.
how hard is it to like in today's like America, we're so like forgiving too, right? Like if he does a couple things that kind of gets him back in a positive light, like it's not hard. Like Tiger, like obviously we all love Tiger, but he's done some pretty poor things, and he has, Timmy, you said he's just got to win, and you're absolutely right, because when Tiger came back and wins, he's suddenly back on the mountaintop, never done anything wrong in his life. But there's so many stories out there. People make mistakes and say sorry and go the extra mile, and he's got to figure it out.
Because I don't know about you guys. I want to like him.
Yeah.
I really do.
But
really just give us something.
It's getting to that point though where I don't anymore. Like it's getting to that point where like you're doing so much stupid shit that it's like I can't waste my time wanting to like you. Like it's unbelievable.
Go to your first penance, do some penance, say 3 Our Fathers, I'll forgive you, but he doesn't even show that. He doesn't even show he wants to no reconciliation, that's for sure.
It's crazy, man. Like I honestly don't even know how to describe like someone with that much talent just being such like a weird, like honestly like a weirdo. Like it's true, it truly is a weirdo. You know what I mean? Like just doesn't get it. Just doesn't get it at all. Like no self-awareness whatsoever.
None.
And he comes down, he's like, he posts on Instagram, he's like, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, like you do such amazing things. Like with like with the drive and with everything like that, and like doing some good things on that side. And you come around and you're this guy. Like, yeah, there's gonna be a reason why people don't like you, dude. Man, so that's so disappointing. So disappointing. But it also goes back to the point where, Brooks finished tied for 6th, and our boy Bryson finished tied for 60th, I believe. Let me double check on that one.
No, 33rd.
He must have had a good day on Sunday.
He did 5 under.
Oh Jesus!
Driver didn't suck that day.
Yeah, apparently the driver didn't suck that day. He must have had it respect.
And it's not like you aren't long enough to play that course, like snapping your driver over your knee. Like just snap the driver over the knee and then play the 3-wood or play the 3-iron. You can totally get around a golf course. That's what I don't really understand with Bryson is he's so long and he's just like so stubborn. Like just play the course how it's supposed to be played and hit the fairway and then hit the green and then make a putt because you're a dynamite putter. Like
he's so long, he could have just played a driving iron the entire week and survived.
Facts. 100%.
That's the adjustment. Like you talk about Morikawa and just guys doing the right thing.
Oh man. But what a fantastic tournament. Closing out.
Can't wait for next year.
That's right, baby.
150th at St. Andrews. Couldn't draw it up any better.
My God.
I forget who sent the tweet. I think it was Brandon Porath. Shout out Brandon Porath that we had
Brendan?
Yeah, Brendan Porath. Sorry, Brendan Porath.
That's the guy in the shotgun start.
Yeah, we had 7 majors in I think like a 230-day period, and now we don't get a single major for like 260 days.
Really? Oh. Damn it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm crying inside. I can't. I mean, at least we get Ryder Cup. That's big.
Ryder
time.
Cup. Ryder
Ryder
Cup.
Cup will be big. Ryder
Ryder
Cup will
Cup.
be big.
Olympics.
Olympic
so
golf
me-
in 2
tune
weeks.
Tune into, but what's that format? What's the Olympic format? Anyone know?
We'll talk about it on the Olympic
Okay.
when we do
No
the
rush.
Olympics.
Yeah, no rush. No rush.
I think it's just. I don't think it's teams. I think it's just individual 4 rounds.
Yeah, I think it is too. Justin Rose won in
Yep.
Rio last.
Matt
one.
Kuchar. No one has ever deserved a bronze medal in their entire life more than Matt Kuchar.
Stenson.
And no one has ever embodied the bronze medal of the Olympics more than Matt Kuchar.
Uh,
No,
Hey, we got-
am I wrong? Am I wrong?
And who is it? Yeah, I guess we'll talk about all the Olympic stuff when it gets to it. But
Oh.
lots to talk about there. That's for sure.
Actually, don't even remember who was the silver medalist.
It was
Was-
Stenson. Stenson.
It wasn't Matsuyama,
Stenson?
was it?
Was it Stenson?
Stenson?
Yeah, Stenson.
Women, Inbee Park, gold, Lydia Ko silver, Sheng Feng, bronze, Stenson. Speaking of ball striker, oh, unbelievable. I know I brought him up a good amount, but yeah, unbelievable
Yo,
ball
real
striker.
quick, the
back then.
Barbasol, Seamus Power, Irishman, 6-hole playoff.
Oh, yes.
Went over JT Poston.
Poston pulled a Louis, guys.
Unreal.
Poston pulled a Louis on the last. I mean, so JT Poston, I don't know if you guys watched like a lot of it at all. Did you guys
No.
miss
watched-
the
I watched the 6 holes in the playoffs. I mean, I turned it on and just got lucky.
Yeah, so JT Poston had like a 4-shot lead and he whipped his ball out of bounds. I'm not sure if you guys saw the string.
Yeah, I
Yep,
did.
out by about 6 inches, literally by
Yeah.
6 inches.
Yeah.
Picked it up. Yep. Oh, had already hit a provisional, so he was going in. I think he double bogeyed that. It was a par 5 too, so he double bogeyed a par 5. What? What?
I do that
What
all the
about
time.
that?
I do that all the time.
Oh, I'm a big par 5 guy. That's about it. It's the only hole I par really on the entire course. But yeah, so he just kept going. Seamus Power, big couple last holes to come from behind, get into that playoff, and then 6 holes. And on the last hole, just JT Poston was like, "Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? Slice it into the water," and he did.
Those 6-hole, I mean, Travelers was like an 8-hole playoff. Those
Oh.
playoffs, the players can't wait for them to be over. They're like, can you just make this putt and end this? Like, this is ridiculous. We got to legit walk back to the tee now and play this thing.
Nah, they
6
get the
times.
cart rides now. They get
No,
the cart
I think
rides.
not. I think they walked back a couple times
At
like,
the Barbasol.
at the Barbasol. Yeah.
It's the Barbasol. It's
I mean, it might have
basically-
been player choice. Maybe it was a short par 4, but
I was about to say too. It's the Barbasol, like we talk about with the other alt events. Like they're kind of a little bit more of glorified, bigger corn. Like they would be like a much bigger Corn Ferry Tour event. That's basically what this was. You know what I mean? Like it's great for Seamus Power. He now wins 2-year exemption on the PGA Tour, so he can pick and choose his schedule. He can go wherever he wants. Seamus Power, I read, he's finished in the top 5 or top 10. Sorry, top 10 in his last 4 tournaments that he's played.
you love.
He's
rooting
not
for
playing
Big
the 3M Open, or he would have gone into the DraftKings this week. Or the Daily Fantasy. The Daily Fantasy. Got to cut that.
I got it. One take, bro. One take. Everybody knows
Oh.
the rules.
Hashtag no free ads. I know we can't cut it.
It's those.
But yeah, so unbelievable win from Shane. I mean, coming from behind like that. James Hahn with the 59 watch on Saturday. That was a nice little thing to tune into after the Open. James Hahn going crazy.
Was it a par
Um,
72?
Yeah,
par
so
six?
he was 12 under. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Imagine that.
that's
Wasn't there a ladies alt shot recently?
There
where-
was. That
where
was
they-
last week. That was the ladies team event. So they did kind of how they do the Zurich Classic. So they did 4-ball alt shot, 4-ball alt shot.
Yeah,
Or
they-
best ball
two
alt shot, best
sisters,
ball
right?
alt
Two
shot.
two sisters shot a 59. Was it sisters or no, Brendan? Maybe not sisters.
Oof.
But they went alt shot Timmy and shot a 59. I mean,
that's even
that's-
more. That's more impressive than a regular 59.
oh, I would agree.
And it wasn't even the quarters. That's what I thought. Yeah, it was Maria and Aria. Jutanungard.
Something like that.
Sisters, huh?
Yes, they are.
That's
Speaking of the women, the Evian Open. I know some. If you
Mike's
listen
going
to,
nuts right now.
if you listen to the Shotgun Start, they call
And for the
play,
schmock ton schmart.
shut up. They call the Players Championship more of a major than the Evian, which is kind of funny because the like Lexi Thompson's not even going over. You got some people not going over because of the Olympics. This is like the fifth major. It was just thrown in there in like 2013, and I never heard. I mean, I guess Evian's a big water bottle company, but
Yeah, I think they kind of bought their way into being a major.
right. And it's the fifth major, so it's not.
Yeah.
You've heard some ladies talk. I don't think they treat maybe caddies and players the best, and it's probably more of a moneymaker than it is a historical golf hard tough event. But yeah, I guess the views are cool over there in France, and that's about it. Maybe some coffee golf again.
Yeah.
And then you got the U.S. Senior Open. No,
Yeah, the Senior Open is this week.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, little dual monitor, ladies, gents, coffee golf.
Right. And then you can back it up with the 3M in Minnesota.
Bada bang.
That's all. That's all she wrote.
It's honestly crazy that they're playing the Evian this weekend, but the Women's Open, I don't know when. I think that's later in August.
Zach Carnoustie.
Sorry, I'm just looking. Month played August.
The Senior Open's at Carnoustie?
No, the women's.
The Women's Open this year. Yep. Last year was at Royal Troon. The year before was at Woburn. Why was that being? I hate when that happens. Stop playing it at the Women's Open should be played at the same courses that the men's, like with stuff like that. Like, if you have that tournament grouping, you should play them the same.
Yeah,
I like that.
But like, yeah, they play Carnoustie, Royal Liverpool, St. Andrews, Royal Birkdale, Turnberry. They're probably not going to play there anytime soon. And they played at Woburn, Kingsbarns. Come on, guys. But I do not know where it is this year, which is pretty sad. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Hot dog.
Any of you guys play? Any of you guys swing the sticks?
Bogeys for the boys?
B for the bees. I played at Newport National.
Get out!
On Saturday, Sunday, whatever day it was.
Hey, Brendan, what do we say here?
What do we say?
What do we say here?
What do we say?
Thanks for the invite.
Thanks for the invite. I do love that. My invite my invite's still in the mail. That's all that matters.
What do we say, Tim? No, go on, Tim.
Yeah, my buddy invited me. His buddy. Oh, you're gonna like this part. Well, we played from the tips. Holy hell, and we had no business.
Why would you do that?
How far?
It was only like 7,100 yards, but let's just say I went back to the tee a lot because that fescue was so long. It plays just like a link style course.
Yeah, they set it up as a link. It's not a links, but like they try and set it up as link style, right?
You penalized a lot for not hitting the fairway, that's for sure. And a lot of lost balls, a lot of whatever. But you'll love this. So the guy I'm playing with, he is from Long Island. He's actually from Brooklyn. So Brooklyn's on Long Island, but we got to play, and he's like I don't know, 14 handicap, something like that. Does not hit the ball long, just hits the ball straight. I've never seen someone hit woods off of the fairway so much, but he hit it well. So he hits woods from like 200 yards out. I love that. And just hits it straight. But anyway, he's from New York. He said he's gonna put the invite out there. We're gonna play some Bethpage Black. He's inviting us down, he can get us the resident rate, which is like $100 less than they.
Wow. Yeah.
And the resident rate they pay you to get on there.
Yeah, right.
Because they make so much money on the non-residents.
That's true. That's true. The one highlight I have from that is there was a 260 something yard par three wood out of the off the tee. I went a little bit less than pin high, chipped up, made par on a 260 yard par three. It was great. 263, 268, whatever. I don't know why they did that, but that was the toughest 16th hole I've ever played.
What'd you hit? 3-wood?
3-wood. I don't know the exact yard. It's 200 and long.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean, we played Tim. Obviously I don't remember the course.
No, we played from like the Gold or something like that.
Right. But I'm just trying to remember the hole if possible.
It's always into the wind. There was not a lot of wind the other day, which was great. 16th hole, it's just a long par 3 that's up the hill basically. Not up the hill, but it's an elevated green. It's just long and I mean, obviously, just the 16th hole. And Mike, you remember that hole that you had? I think it was the 10th hole, where the green has like that severe dip, like in it, and you ended up down in the dip, and still green.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the holes up here, and you had to putt up and out of that little thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my buddy had to putt across that. So he was on the pin was on one side of the, so he had to putt across it. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that was my I ended up shooting at 98. It broke 100. Man, did I have a lot of lost balls. And that was tough.
Hey, that's broke 100 from the tips.
Yeah. Impressive, man.
That's, yeah. I know you're probably not happy with it, but.
No. I didn't play well. That's for sure.
I hit 99 from last time I played Harbor Town from the tips. I broke 90. I hit 99, and I was like, never doing this again because I've never played from the tips again at Harbor Town because I'm like, nope, not doing it. Got that 99 in my pocket. I'm never doing it again.
Oh, it's a 7,200 yards, and then that hole is 252 yards. That's what
Jesus.
But, all right, that was mine.
Mikey, go ahead.
Mikey, tell me about how you played.
Yeah, I've been playing a bunch. But not, again, just jumping out. But I have been able to get in some rounds. So I played at my country club a couple days ago. I think it might have been Monday. But I played yesterday at Wannamoisa Country Club in Rumford, Rhode Island. Had the luxury of getting out there.
Who'd you know to get in on that?
I coach a kid in hoops, and his dad and family are members over there.
I was just about to say, we're trying out for the Northeast Amateur. We're going to get in it this year. Am I going to have to get on the bag?
I love Wannamoisa, man. It's a par 69, so if I broke 80, I would have told people that I...
Oh, dude, I almost broke 80 at Pawtucket the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and I did the same thing. I was like, this would have been par 69, and I would have shot 79, I shot 79.
Yeah, but I would have told people it was a par 69 because I was on 79 watch for a little while, but on the I made a birdie on the front, and I made a bunch of bogeys on the front. 1 par, 1 birdie, everything else bogey. And then I made 4 pars on the back, but I tripled 14 and 17, and you can't do that. So I shot an 84. Very happy with the way I played. So it's nothing there, it's just continuing to grind it out. And, there's shots that you shouldn't have hit so shitty, and you move on. But game's feeling all right. Played 6 holes today, made 4 pars, made 1 double, 1 bogey. So I was 3 over through 6 at the ledge, as we call it. But yeah, I'm just kind of playing a cut. I'm just kind of forcing myself to keep that ball working left to right and trying to hit it as straight as I can. And it's working for me. So don't hit it nearly as far. Like I hit my 9-iron like 135. It's like
nothing wrong with that.
No.
I don't know.
Especially I'm having trouble out of the rough, like trying to judge how the ball is going to come out. Cause like yesterday I want to moist it. I was in the rough, and both times I had to like kind of keep it under some trees, and the ball's coming out high. Like I'm not gauging how that ball is popping out of rough well, and it's coming out high, and it's hitting those trees and plopping down underneath those trees. So I wasn't able to punch out on 2 holes yesterday, which hurt me. But yeah, hell yeah, we ride. We're playing a bunch more as we go, and I know I got some tee times this weekend with some friends, and we're looking forward to it, brothers.
Very nice. Very nice. Haven't played.
You haven't played.
Oh,
Brendan's working his ass off.
man, it's not
Having a
just
gr-
work. It's looking for the place to live. That's fun. And
Here's looking
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
All right.
we're still looking. We're still on the cuff with
Look,
that.
Make sure the golf course is nearby. You won't hate that decision.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Boston does not have many golf courses in it in
Right,
proper
right.
Boston. So
Right next to Granite Links, baby.
yeah, I know. Yeah, one of our mutuals, Eagle Brand, based out of Quincy, Mass. So those are some good guys. So if you're listening, shout out. No free ads. That's the only shout out you're getting, but no free ads. But yeah, I have been I do go to Granite Links once in a while just to go to the range and stuff. So it's really fun over there. It's a good time.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Crazy that I have to wait like 30 minutes just to get a range spot, but hey, it happens. Not the end of the world.
No.
Oh,
Brendan, you around this Sunday
it should be.
morning? I might have a buddy bailing, a college buddy bailing on.
Not Jimmy, is it?
I'm playing with Jimmy and another college buddy. Yeah, but I might have another one bailing. So if he does, I'll
Let me know.
let you know.
Let me know about that. Oh my God.
We're
I
going to
told
the red.
did James tell? So James is for those who don't know, James is one of Mike's college buddies, and James was playing with a senior shaft on all of his Nike drivers and woods. And I called him out on it when we were at Mike's bachelor party, and I was like, you got the A shafts there, right? He's like, yeah. What does that mean? I'm like, those are senior level shafts, dude. Go get those reshafted. He mentioned at the wedding, he was like, dude, I got him reshafted. I'm hitting him so much longer. I'm like, I sure hope you are.
That's awesome.
Oh man, but yeah,
good kid.
unbelievable. Oh yeah, definitely let me know on that one.
I'll be in
I might be a little hungover. We're going to a Christmas in July family party on Saturday. On Saturday during the day, so that'll be fun. I'm gonna be wearing a Christmas themed Hawaiian, so that's all I care about.
Let's go.
Ho ho ho.
And a bottle of rum. Let's go, Jimmy Buffett.
Let's go.
Wow.
Oh,
Hey, hungover golf is some of the best golf,
exactly.
Been there.
Nothing better. All right, boys.
The
I don't know
Open.
if we should end it,
British
or
Open.
if, Tim, do you got a golfer poll? Should we do a quick golfer poll?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. So all the four majors we're come to the end of the majors. All right.
Mhm.
In 10 years, which one of the major winners and moments are we going to be talking about the most? When they flash back to a certain thing, certain things. Which one are we going to be flashing back to? Hideki Matsuyama, his caddy bowing? Are we going to be flashing back to Phil winning at 50 years old, thumbs up, all that kind of thing? Are we going to be flashing back to John Rahm, his epic fist pumps, his putts from downtown? Or are we going to be going to Colin Morikawa, an up-and-coming person who may win 5 more majors? Who knows? Which one in 10 years are we going to be talking about the most? What is most historic?
Mikey, you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
How many majors does Phil have?
6.
6. Phil.
Yeah, it's not even close.
I'm
It's not even
sticking with
close.
Phil. I mean, if Morikawa or Rahm, Hideki would be last there, just in terms of projecting to win more moving forward. I mean, he's got all the skill, but he's a little older, I think, than those guys, and he hasn't.
A little older. He's twice Morikawa's age.
No, Matsuyama.
Oh, I thought you said
No.
Phil for a second. I was like, oh,
No, I'm just talking like if Matsuyama wins 5 more times and matches Phil, or if Morikawa wins 5 more times and beats Phil. I think we're looking back more on Morikawa's. Maybe not even if Morikawa wins 4 more. You're probably not paying into this one like a bunch. But I just think the 50th, the win on his 50th, not birthday but year. I mean, probably his last 6 total. I mean, that gets him in top 10 golfer of all time, potentially top 15, like guaranteed. Like I think we're going with Phil at Kiowa, 50 years old, shades, people just mobbing him on 18. He's dialed in and raises those two fists in the air and just is loving life. That's the shot I'm thinking of.
So that's my thing, guys. It's not just that it was Phil winning it, which is huge, and he's the oldest major winner of all time. It is the fact that it was the first major that had full capacity post COVID, and that like the stars could not have aligned more. That it was by, and it's not even trying to be mean about it. Like, no offense to Jordan, no offense to Jon Rahm, no offense to Brooks. Phil Mickelson is by far and away the most popular golfer right now on the PGA Tour. Like, it's not close. And if Tiger was there, it would be Tiger 1, huge ball, huge, not that huge anymore, but big drop, Phil 2.
Yeah.
Like, Phil is the most popular player on the PGA Tour, and he will be until the day he retires. It's just facts.
And it's probably his last one, that's most
and
likely.
Most likely it's going to be his last one, and most likely he came out of nowhere to win it. He came out of absolutely nowhere to win that one.
Bedlam on 18.
Chaos. Oh my God. People will talk about that for the day they die. Brooks will still complain about his knee and how, he got hit as he was walking up to it. The next time he, finished the second in a major, he'll say, yeah, but the 2021 PGA Championship, like, I was walking up and I hit my knee on someone because they were all mobbing Phil. Like, it was unbelievable. I just think it's everything, like Phil winning plus full capacity plus the absolute mob that happened. The Open, if you guys noticed, the Open like took charge and like realized, and they were just like, and they just lined up everyone because they knew it happened when Shane won it. Shane got the same exact reaction when Shane won. If you guys remember at Royal Portrush, he was mobbed. He was absolutely mobbed going up. And but Shane's just like a happy Irishman, and he's just like, screw it. Like, I just won the Open on the island of Ireland. Like, I'm pretty happy right now. Whereas Phil was just like, all right, please let me go, guys. I just don't think. Maybe we'll look back on Matsuyama if he wins a couple more. Like, I don't think it was that memorable for Morikawa, because it's not like Morikawa dominated it. Mm-hmm. It's not like at the U.S. Open, Jon Rahm didn't really dominate it. He came back. You know what I mean? I think people will remember Jon Rahm's comeback, and I think people will remember Louis' collapse more than I think people will remember. Like, I don't know if it'll be more of Louis' collapse versus Jon Rahm winning it, and then you have. I just think I'm going Phil.
Love
Phil,
it,
baby.
Love it.
So I agree with you there to a point. I do agree. If it stands the test of time, just like Jack did in '86, because they're always showing Jack in '86. They're playing Jack in '86. Obviously, his most talked about major was Jack in '86. And Phil, maybe his most talked about major will be this one. But I think that we will be talking about Hideki Matsuyama's win at the Masters, not for Hideki Matsuyama. We are going to see this reoccurring image no matter where we go for the next 15 years. We're going to see, maybe even more, we're going to see that image of his caddy bowing to the course. It was something totally different in culture, especially now that Augusta is really trying for community outreach and different things like that. And this was so out of sorts for original people at Augusta National and their culture. It was a completely different thing. I have, how they have like Pulitzer Prize, is it the Pulitzer Prize for images, for pictures or something like that?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
I wouldn't count it out for winning some sort of award and things like that. But
yeah,
I think that we are going to be seeing that image for a long, long time. And I think, even though unfortunately they're not going to be talking about Hideki Matsuyama, but he will have his name on the back of that caddy's bib. That's my thing. We're going to remembering that for the next 50 years. I wish it was Phil right away, but
Love it.
But anyway,
They're
that's
all
all I got.
good. They're all good images.
Yeah.
All good memories.
I think you're right, Brendan. I don't think we're going to be talking about Colin Morikawa. At least this one, Colin Morikawa. There was no defining moment, to be honest. Could you
Not for Morikawa, at least.
No,
like,
no.
And same thing with Rahm. Like, we're gonna remember, like, oh yeah, John Rahm won the U.S. Open. We're
Right,
not gonna be like,
in the
Sean.
final group. He wasn't in the final group, so
Yeah.
there's no like yeah, he won. Like you didn't know right away. You kind of had to linger and wait.
Like what we talked about. Harris English finished 2 hours before the leaders came in to finish third place. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No
what?
defining moment.
Like, literally what? It was just weird.
Happy
The U.S. Open was just weird this year, but it was great that John Rahm won it. But yeah, like, we're gonna remember that that was John Rahm's first major, but we're not gonna think about it as, oh my God, what an unbelievable tournament. Like, no.
They were all good majors, man. All good majors.
Yeah.
Not like great, but they
Exactly.
were all solid. And
I would say the Phil one was probably great
Phil
just
one,
because
great,
of everything.
yeah, great.
Yeah, Phil one's great, which makes it why we're
Horst
gonna
was
remember
great.
it.
Phil was great.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why we're gonna remember it, though. You
I
know what
am
I mean? Like,
happy-
that's the whole point that
Right.
you were making. Like, what are we gonna remember? We're gonna remember Phil getting absolutely mobbed on 18, getting through, doing fist bumps, doing his thumbs up, like, in his aviators. Like, that's what we're gonna remember.
Do you remember where you were when Tiger won the Tour Championship? When he was mobbing?
Yeah.
When he was getting mobbed on the course? You know what I mean? I remember
Yeah,
that.
we remember that. We remember that.
That was a defining moment.
Yep. 2016, baby.
Yeah.
Right? 2016, 2017?
17.
Might have been 2017. Anyways, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we just kind of undermined our entire point, but we all remember when Tiger won the Tour Championship to be back. Same
And
thing
I
with
will
Phil.
say, Morikawa, way to do it with fans present. He won at TPC Harding Park
No fans.
here.
No
No
fans.
fans. And I know people, myself probably included, questioned. Bryson hasn't won with fans, right? So that still lasts. But
He
yeah,
won at PGA National this year. He won the
we talk majors only.
yeah, I know. Well,
No,
we
but-
talk other. Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but happy he got it done in front of a crowd and just solid, just brutally solid. Just didn't do anything wrong. Unreal. In golf, nothing goes wrong. That never happens. Like, he literally didn't make a bogey in his last 31 holes. I mean,
It's
come
crazy, man.
on,
In a
unbelievable.
major.
In a
He's an
major.
unbelievable player. He's an unbelievable player, and that's why, like, you know, I don't think this will be like what I said. This isn't going to be remembered as like a great major, but it's going to be like, oh yeah, Colin Morikawa won that one. Yeah, he played. You know what I mean? Played
Yeah.
lights out. Like, that's what it'll be remembered as.
Hey,
All right.
don't forget to sound out with the right sounds here. I'm telling you, put those tunes on. Put that British song on to close, baby. It'll be electric.
I mean, it's not going to happen because
It is happening.
I can't. I don't know how to do it, Michael.
Put on that fiddle in the bagpipes.
Just put
Oh,
it. You
I
just
don't know
you
how
do
to
your
get
you do your intro songs. What's different than our intro than their intro?
I copied it. I bought that song. I actually bought it from Envato Market. Shout out Envato Market. # no free ads.
Love it.
What if I
All
play
right.
it into the microphone?
That'd be
Yeah.
play the open song into the microphone. That'd be great.
Yeah.
If you wanna support the podcast at all, please follow us on all of our social medias at _up_golf at TikTok, at Duffin Up Blog on Instagram, at Duffin Up Blog on Twitter. Follow at Cheech Golf on. Can't hear it.
I haven't played yet. I'm waiting.
Oh, okay, sorry. Follow
You
at
get-
Cheech.
Jimmy, you got it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's getting ready to go. At Cheech Golf on TikTok. Follow Mike on MySpace and Napster, and go ahead and play it.
Play better.
Whole everything.
That I wonder how this is gonna sound.
It'll be fine. Leave it alone.
All along, come along, sing the open song. Lend a pint, and you might lend a cheer. Aye, the wind she is strong, now the days are quite long. All along, sing the open song.